if I look at my, almost 2.5 decades. So earlier on, we were complaining about the pipeline. There were no women in the pipeline. So no women were studying science or studying STEM. And that's because of sometimes cultural, environmental factors. The fact that people tell them it's too hard, it's too difficult, it's for men, it's expensive. Those are just nuanced barriers. It was that. But then when I got into the workforce, I started finding out that women were dropping.
Dropping.
As I climbed up, less women, because most of the women I knew, they wanted to go do something, leave the workforce, just be a full-time mom. Now, it's okay if you did it voluntarily. But I think it was sad when I saw that they were almost being forced into it. It's not what they would have done voluntarily. And in those type of situations, I think it's really sad to see. Then we realized that we didn't just have a pipeline program, we were leaking talent. And we were leaking talent, started making us focus on some of the challenges, which is the bias. Now, one of the things I realized is that, especially STEM, I don't think in the original way the workforce was created, it was created with women in mind. So if you go to the 1800s, early 1920s, before the first industrial revolution, before the industrialization stage, it was really more men go and work. Women will be at home, take care of the kids, and they will teach or clean, do the domesticated. At best, they'll be a nurse.
Midwife.
It's only after the Second World War, a lot of these men had gone out for war, and there were really gaps. Women were not filling those gaps. Women got into the workforce. But because it was not built with women in mind, it wasn't friendly to the uniqueness of being a woman in the workforce. A quick example is like what I told you about how we network. We want to go to a club in the middle of the night and drink alcohol. Like, this is, for a woman in childbearing age, that is weird. First of all, she doesn't want to be drinking alcohol if she's breastfeeding. She wants to be out in a bar at 11 p.m. or 1 a.m. Because she probably needs to put the kids to bed or read them or do the homework. She has so many things that's keeping her awake. She doesn't want to be at that bar. Even in the way we define success, performance success in the workforce, aggressive, being blunt, all those things were really important. And most women were not forced to really profile themselves in that manner. Coming with empathy or showing your nurturing instincts were told to be, they're vulnerable or define you as weak. So, and it's all because the criteria we have used to access performance, growth, was opposed to how somehow women would show up naturally. So I think those things started becoming barriers.
Wow.